let me bring you in. What do you make of this, the claim of the Congress party or declaration, so to say, that Rahul Gandhi is a cool PM? Gen Z wants a cool PM and, you have Rahul Gandhi.
No, I think it's Congress party's stand, which is now clearly precipitated by the loss of TMC in Bengal. So they have now openly declared Mr. Gandhi as their prime ministerial candidate. It's up to them. Of course, they will be the leading political party if at all the opposition comes to power. But I think the issue at hand is extremely serious, which I do believe that, despite differences only Mr. Rahul Gandhi is addressing almost regularly. I did hope that BJP, when the Prime Minister is taking responsibility, it should have been, the accountability should have been fixed. At least Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan's head should have rolled. And this has been going on for the last 4 or 5 years. Look at the pictures. Air Force, the questions are being airlifted. This never happened in the history of Indian education system. Happening because not just corruption, because the problem is there. Non-educated people who are not related to education, they are handling country's education. This is
sir, don't mix the two things. Education has nothing to do with this. But I agree with your larger point about this Air Force, etc., etc. And we've spoken about it. You know what I said on the use of Air Force to fetch question paper or transport question paper. But Dr. Ranganathan, the problem here is of political inconsistency. If the opposition or if Rahul Gandhi, Congress party, what have you, they're serious about raising this issue of students, they should only be talking about this. Why slip this in? That, Gen Z wants a cool PM and you have Rahul Gandhi.
No, Rahul Gandhi would be a PM, perhaps a fool PM. Fool, flower wala. Look, there are 3 or 4 things. First of all, let me get this straight up. A fact that goes in favor of Rahul Gandhi, yes, you might be surprised, but there is indeed that he's aggressive. He's able to articulate things well. These are the 2 qualities that I would admit that Rahul Gandhi has. The problem is that he articulates all the wrong, nonsensical things that he thinks up or his advisors tell him to say. That is the biggest problem. And therefore, there is a problem of trust. Let me give you an example. I would have loved Rahul Gandhi because he is very aggressive and he communicates well to talk about the corruption in the government. But he cannot talk about the corruption because his party is neck deep in it. If I was Rahul Gandhi and I was not corrupt, I would have said, hold this government on anonymous electoral bonds that he did. But then his own party accepted 600 crores. I would have hauled central government for amending the FCRA Act to escape a high court conviction. But then his own party did the same thing. I would have hauled up Narendra Modi for being in quote-unquote cahoots with Adani. But then his own party is signing 10,000, 15,000 crore contracts with Adani. So the fact is, he is articulate, he is aggressive, but he's not able to be trusted by the people of India because he is a double-dealing hypocrite. And now the second part, which is where I talked about not cool PM but fool PM. Look, he's a dynast, fine, all right. A lot of people in politics are. But despite being a dynast, he hasn't nurtured his own constituency like other dynasts have, making sure that bhaiya kam se kam apni dynastic constituency mein to kaam kar lo. Let me give you the indices of, I don't want to because it's embarrassing because Tehseen, my brother, is sitting there. Woeful indices of health economic parameters of Amethi and Raebareli. Compare that to Baramati, Sharad Pawar's constituency. It is above, at least 10 points above every Indian indices average. You talk of health, you talk of education, you talk of GDP per capita. Baramati is above the Indian average. You talk of Rahul Gandhi's bastions. They are woefully below average. तो अपना घर तो इनसे संभाला नहीं जा रहा, देश को संभालेंगे. Cool nahi hai, fool hai.
But Tehseen is convinced.
It's committed suicide because of the NEET paper leak. Because Nepo kid Dharmendra Pradhan ji has now decided not only Telegram should be banned, the Indian Air Force should be used as a postman service. He's not kicked out. The previous NTA chief is Principal Secretary Chhattisgarh. Principal Secretary Chhattisgarh. Is that a punishment? Is that also Rahul Gandhi's fault? Let me come to the third thing. Anand, hear me out. The CBSE, the kid who discovered the CBSE leakage was called a Pakistani stooge. You know the password for CBSE, the website was 123456. He was called Pakistani. He was said, go pimp in Hindi, go to Pakistan. Is this what our kids will be treated to? You may call Rahul Gandhi, Mamta, Aditya, whatever you
One
want.
minute, don't bring in the others. No one is calling anyone names. Tehseen, you. That's not the question. 1 minute. You've taken off on a different tangent because you know you can't substantiate what Rahul Gandhi or the Congress party is. 1 minute. This is no. This is not about. Look, the problem with with the system, with the ministry headed by Dharmendra Pradhan, with the ideas, suggestions, proposals that the government has, floated. All of that is up for debate. My problem is very simply this. If the opposition really wants to focus on an issue as important as this, why do they deflect? Like Dr. Ranganathan was saying, why bring in your, prime ministerial ambitions, etc., etc.? Why?